If you're new to our From the Pasture podcast, this is one of our special pre-sale episodes. Our regular shows feature ranch stories, breeder interviews, and cattle knowledge, but today we're focusing specifically on this weekend's Texas Longhorn sale.
So if you're wanting to learn more about Texas Longhorn cattle markets, or you're a registered Texas Longhorn breeder looking to expand your herd, you'll want to tune in to today's episode. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Molly. We're the owners of Hired Hand Software and Hired Hand Live, and we're excited to bring you a closer look at this upcoming sale.
In today's episode, we'll be talking with the sale host about consignments, sale details, and what to watch for in the ring.
You can view consignments at hiredhandlive.com and, in most cases, visit the consignor's Hired Hand-powered websites to learn more. Now let's jump into this weekend's sale preview.
I'm here with Randy Murry, one of the sale hosts for the upcoming Texas Treasure Sale, which is held in Fredericksburg, Texas. Randy and I will be talking about the sale details, sponsors, consignors, and of course, the consignments. As we talk about the consignments, you can follow along on hiredhandlive.com, and if you want to dig deeper, take a look at the consignors' Hired Hand websites. Let's get started. Well, hey, Randy, how's it going today?
Hey, Jamie. Going good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So this is your second year doing the Texas Treasure Sale. Is there anything that you have learned from last year that you're doing maybe a little bit differently this year?
Well, last year was so hectic. We changed the venue the week before. It was our first year, and we were doing the best that we could with what we had, and a lot of changes, and the sale went off great. And this year, there's definitely a lot of changes. We are going to give everyone a great time. This year, we're going to have, mainly about the cows, we're going to have covered pens. They're not going to be out in the weather. We had a little more time to prepare this year. We're going to have a lifted cell ring that they're going to come through, so the people sitting in the back will be able to see them a lot easier. These smaller animals, if you're sitting behind somebody, it's hard to see them if you're in the back row. We're going to have, food and events there all day on Friday. You're not going to leave. We're going to have the wine tastings there. We're going to have gumbo and shrimp skewers and grilled chicken there on Friday. We're going to have drinks all day long. And then Friday night, of course, we're going to shut that down at 5. We're going to have the welcome party that evening in the courtyard. And then Saturday, back at the events. And we're going to start with fresh brisket tacos off the grill and the barbecue. And then we're going to go into a barbecued lunch, and we're going to make it a real Texas style party. And we're looking forward to it. I mean, we worked out the details this year, and everyone's going to have a lot of fun.
Well, is there anything that now that you've been a sale host for a couple of years in a row now, is there any tips that you would like to give to people who do consign to sales?
I think the best thing that you can do, and you see it, each year at the top sales, is putting your animals into a pen, cleaning them up, feeding them, getting them ready for the sale, 45 to 60 days out. The more you put into your animal, the more you're going to get out of your animal. And it feels good to be proud of your animal when she goes there and she's getting a lot of attention from the care. I think the care and the quality of an animal is the main thing that you can do.
Well, earlier you talked about how you had a good sale last year, and the sale last year averaged $11,000, which is fantastic for a sales first year.
Absolutely. We were very proud. We didn't have a lot of expectations last year. We wanted to do it. We knew it was going to be a lot of trust had to be built. When you have these good consignors and you're telling them you're doing a sale, they're like, oh no, another sale. Well, there's not another sale like Fredericksburg. The city's fun. The environment's fun. And we had a bunch of people bring good cows that outdid themselves, and it was a really exciting time.
And I think you had right around 50 lots last year.
We did. Correct? Yep.
And do you remember what the highest seller was last year?
So the highest selling bull was Mike Davis's, and he is out of the Danica bloodlines. The Miles family purchased him for $65,000. He was a really great animal.
And do you remember the second highest selling lot last year?
B.L. Maggie. That was the one that Bob Loomis consigned, and the Miles family purchased her as well. They really got some great ones. We were so appreciative of them last year. They had a lot of fun. I think the excitement under the tent last year was one of the funnest sales I've ever been to, and not just because it was ours. It was fun. And, people took home great cows. They were competitive over them. They wanted them. And it made it a great event. And that's why this year is just pushing us to be bigger and better.
Well, and you talk about the excitement in the ring, or excitement, during the sale under the tent and stuff. You had, if I counted correctly, there was 18 cash cows, which was almost half your sale last year, which is pretty great.
Yeah, and to think how young those animals were. But I think people are really focusing on getting the complete factory. These heifers, some of them are out of cows that they've never sold calves before. Some of them are out of cows that this is their first calf and they're offering. They have another one that's already on the ground and they're seeing how good she is. You're getting an animal that has never had a baby, that has never been flushed, that is going to represent herself in a different way for your program. That's something that you can build a foundation with and get a foundation cow and know the genetics are yours unless you share them.
Well, we know that you're one of the sale hosts. Who are the other 3 sale hosts as well?
So we have Mike Davis of LM Longhorns and LM Ranch. We have Kurt Twining and Glenda Twining from Silver Tea. And we have John Heaver and Chap Hutchinson of H&H Cattle Company. Some of the best partners you could have. They're just also great. They're easy to work with. We all have our own lane and do our own thing. And it's made it a lot of fun. They're great guys.
Is there anyone, if somebody has questions about a particular, about drop off or, sale day contacts, is there one of you that they should contact, or just any of you?
So you can contact any of us, but the sale day contact, everybody knows Donnie Taylor. He does a great job. We put a lot of trust in him. And I do want to say this. If you call Donnie and he tells you something and he asks you to bring the cow there and get there at a certain time, Donnie makes the final call. Don't call one of us and try to go over him. We entrust him. We pay him. We want to give him the full support of making those calls and the best calls for the sale.
Well, speaking of Donnie and drop-off, I believe drop-off starts on Thursday.
It does.
And it goes from 8 a.m. How late can they drop off?
So if they make arrangements with Donnie and it goes past 5 or 6, if it goes to, 9 or 10, we will have somebody there that will meet them. My ranch manager is going to be traveling. If it's late coming in, if something happens and you need something emergency, reach out to me, reach out to Jesse Mize. We will make it happen. We will be there. If any time on Thursday that really works, or you need to come in late or whatever, we'll make it happen.
And if somebody does need to reach Donnie and for whatever reason doesn't have his phone number, it's in the catalog. People are
absolutely, and it's on Hired Hand Live. It's listed with the haulers and the sale host, and everybody's numbers on there, and it's on the website too. If you haven't visited the Texas Treasure website, Hired Hand did an amazing job. Thank you guys for putting that together. And I think all the information for the sale, from host hotels to the lot consignments, you can see pictures. And that's another thing too for the consigners. Go on Hired Hand, update your pictures with the most recent picture you have, because it's going to automatically update to the Texas Treasure so everybody can see them right there. If you have new comments that are different from the sale catalog, you want to share something else, put it on your Hired Hand updates. It will update to our Hired Hand page just like it's our herd sharing with you.
So the cattle drop-off is on Thursday. Now let's move on to Friday, March 27th. What can people expect right away in the morning?
So, your cows are there. We're going to be feeding. We're going to be giving hay. I'm bringing in, you don't have to worry about grain. I'm bringing in a few tons on our trailer. We are going to be bringing feed for the animals. We're going to have hay there, thanks to Cold Copper. Great sponsors there. We are going to feed these animals. We're going to take care of these animals. You sit back and relax. Friday, like I said, we're going to have a wine tasting at the facility right there by the cows. We are going to do drinks. We're going to have food, gumbo, chicken, shrimp. We're going to have a good time. So we want you guys to hang out, look at the cows, enjoy everybody. You can show up there around 10 a.m. That would be great. Get that started. We'll have drinks and stuff all day, whatever you want, all on us. And then that evening, we're going to shut it down at 5. We're going to go and get ready, and we are going to have a party, the welcome party. Mike Davis puts a heck of a party on. He has a facility there in the courtyard off of Main. So it's at Elkin, Maine is where it's at. There is instructions on the website, in the catalog, how to get there, the address. You guys show up. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. It's going to be an amazing event. And then we'll kick off into Saturday.
And the sale party is in the same location that it was last year.
So yes, so the welcome party at night is at the same place at Elkin, Maine, at Mike Davis's event center there.
And I was reading in the catalog that you have a shuttle available. Where does the shuttle to and from?
So we're going to have the shuttle running from the Albert back and forth to the actual sale throughout the day on Friday and Saturday. And if you want to get picked up at the host hotel, most of the hotels are really close. If you don't want to park out there, you know you're going to be drinking. We do not want you driving. There is plenty of places to walk down and just get over to the Albert Hotel, wait out front, utilize the bus. I mean, it's only a couple of blocks away. Get the bus, ride it over to the sale facility. At 5 p.m. will be the last one it runs on Friday. And then after the sale, we'll have the last ones running after the sale, but it'll be going out there starting at 8 a.m. every morning, running back and forth throughout the day.
Okay, so then on Saturday, March 28th, what can we expect right away in the morning?
So we're bringing a great cooking team out from East Texas here by my ranch. They're going to be grilling brisket all night. You're going to want to show up for those brisket tacos, and they're going to have other options as well. But we are going to go straight from breakfast into brunch. We're going to have Bloody Marys. We're going to have mimosa. We're going to look at cattle, have a good time. And then as we get closer to lunch, we're going to open up the Shot Bar that is sponsored by Ann Gravitt and G&G. We're going to have a full barbecue dinner. We're going to have ribs. We're going to have chicken. We're going to have brisket, all the sides to the great desserts. And go back and help yourself throughout the sale. We're going to have people there all day serving food, serving drinks, anything you want. We're going to have a margarita bar that's sponsored by the Old Partnership. It's just going to be a good time. We want you to come, have fun, and not have to leave and want for anything. It's all going to be there, and it's going to be a heck of a party.
And what time do you plan on the sale starting?
We're having a sale. I thought we were just having a party. No. So at 1 p.m., the sale's going to kick off. And, you know, I think as people are winding down from lunch, and give them about an hour there to sit down and keep going. But like I said, we're going to keep serving throughout the sale.
And who did you choose for the auctioneer and pedigree reader this year for the sale?
So, you know, we have Dan Huntington that is going to be the auctioneer and chase the suit. It would be hard to do it with anybody else. Those guys, they work together so great. They do us a great job. You know what? All of our consigners, all of our buyers, you know, they talk about Chase and Dan all the time about the incredible job they did. They're just good humans, and they care about the cows, and they care about their buyers and sellers. And it means a lot.
And if somebody purchases, whether they're in person or online, in person, maybe forgot to bring a trailer for whatever reason, who are any of the haulers that you have available and lined up ahead of time?
So right now we have Jesse, my ranch manager, is willing to haul. If you are from out of state or something, if you need to put your heifers at one of our ranches here in Texas, all 4 of the partners are here in Texas. Jesse will haul anywhere you need to go. We have Cody James that's going to be hauling anywhere. Wes Clark is always great. He doesn't live far from there. He'll pick up any time that you need. So all of our main haulers, they're always at the events with a few more. Pick up the phone, call them, ask Donnie. Donnie will put them on. Donnie will put everybody's on and haul them over time. He doesn't care either. So whatever is needed.
So let's talk about the sponsors. You have quite the list of sponsors this year, whether it's from the consigners or even from local businesses.
We do indeed. And it's a big change from last year, which We are so grateful. I mean, we had our TG came in and, all the way from New York. They do business everywhere, but they're such great guys and that whole family. And they're sponsoring the bathrooms this year. And it's nice that we have someone that's going to do those services that's inside the Longhorn family. So they're bringing the facilities for the bathrooms. When I went up to New York and visited them, and you see all the different places we stop, whether it be the brewery or a store nearby that has their facilities, the first thing they do is walk in and check out them. They take a lot of pride. They do a lot of good work. We have Albanese Longhorns that's coming down with them. They partner with them on a lot of cows. We have Rock and D Longhorns. They jumped in and said, we want to be a sponsor. They're sponsoring the brisket tacos, the coffee in the morning. Make sure you get a Rock and D mug to take home. We have KDK Longhorns. Janet and Kent, they're such good people, and they reached out and they wanted to be one of our diamond sponsors. And they're, going to be the sponsors for the gumbo and everything that's on Friday and part of that big party. And we have Glendenning Farms, of course, Rex and Sharice, good as gold. They step up every time. They're going to be the ones that is sponsoring the big barbecue lunch and everything on Saturday during the main event. We have Diamond B, Benny Brugman and Colin White, such good people. They're bringing good cows. They've jumped in as a diamond sponsorship, and they're part of the main bar sponsorship. So the good time that you're having, make sure to tell all of those guys thank you. And we have many. I'll go through the Ruby sponsors as well. Every one of these sponsors are important, no matter what they gave or what they're doing. But Cold Copper, their feed store is not far from the event. Go see them. They do such a good job. They're some of the nicest people you've ever met. They jumped in and said, we'll give you whatever we need. How many, hey, what do we need for the pins? So they're a big part. Marshall Merritt, this is his first sale he's ever consigned to. He stepped up as a big sponsor from Northridge Ranch. He's excited about the sale. He has some great heifers in it. And his whole family's coming. His niece is a honey sommelier. She's going to be a vendor there and set up, and she has honeybees on their Longhorn farm. So that's something that people will get to see, and they'll get to do taste tests and everything with it while they're out doing the wine pairings. We have the Gillilands. They're a big sponsor this year. We have Superior Farms, Austin and Savannah. They're part of the bar sponsors as well. We have M7 Longhorns. They stepped up. Hudson Longhorns. All of these guys, they just came to the plate and really gave to us, and we're so grateful.
Well, and for those people who, like with as far as your corporate sponsors as well, you all have done a great job on your website of putting out suggested restaurants and wineries and distilleries and that type of thing for those people who are going to be in Fredericksburg for maybe an extended period of time if they're wondering, which places to go. You have really put a lot of thought into that.
The town is a community. Everybody that lives up there, and John Heaver is pretty much the mayor of Fredericksburg, and he's over the Wine and Food Committee for the town. So he knows everybody. He knows the best restaurants. So those recommendations are not just Google searches. That is verified good food. Him and Mike, they know a lot of the people in town. They're like celebrities there. Anywhere you go, they're treated first class. You will be too. Take those recommendations and go ahead and say Mike or John sent you, and you'll get a long ways. But something we did this year, we had a sell catalog, but we put a treasure chest ad catalog. It's separate. So all of the advertisements, all of the discounts for restaurants, for shopping within Fredericksburg is all in that treasure chest ad catalog. You can find stuff in there for discounts. You can find all the cow advertisements. You can find semen for sale, whatever it may be that you want in that ad. It's in an ad that you can pick up and utilize it to navigate the town, or go on the website. That website's growing. We hope to have links on there one day and everything. But we're getting there.
And then you mentioned Norris Ridge. This was their first time consigning to any sale. Are there any other people that have consigned to the sale this year that weren't able to consign last year?
Yes. So we have Marshall Merritt from Norris Ridge. We have Michael and Erica Deutschman. This will be their first sale to put something out publicly. And we have Wilson Longhorns. They're one of our bull consignments. We search for the best bulls that we can out there. And as a new breeder and someone just coming into this, they've won a lot of futurities. They're feeding the heck out of their animals. They're bringing that great drag iron son, and we're excited about that. But yeah, that's 3 new breeders that are coming and putting something the first time in a sale.
That's awesome. So
And they're
now
all
let's talk
sponsors.
about even better.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the consignments. There are roughly 70 consignments this year. Are there any scratches that you know about right now?
So as of now, we had 1 sublot, and that was the contested female. She was replaced with a fiddlestick's daughter. Diamond B did us really well on that one. And as far as scratches, I don't believe we've had any that have scratched out completely that haven't been subbed.
Yep. And the lot that you were just talking about that was subbed was lot 9 for anyone that's following along online as they're listening.
Yep.
And you have a couple unique lots at the very beginning of the sale. Let's start with lot 0.
So lot 0 is the senior cell heifer, I believe. So Chapel Johnson this is her senior year, and a few years ago, her and her parents were at the ranch. They were visiting, and she talked about, really wanting a good senior cell animal. She said, "You have so many cows," and I said, "Come pick whatever you want. Whichever one you pick, I'm not going to say no to anything. You have option from the whole herd." Well, they came out and they found what they thought would be the fit for her, and she's done a heck of a job putting that heifer together, conditioning that heifer. She's very proud of her. Chapel, if you've never met her at one of the sales or one of the events, she's as good as gold. Her parents are as good as gold. It's a good family, and you know what? We want to show up for her and do her good, and let her have a little bit of spending money as she goes into the next chapter of her life.
Well, and the animal itself has a fun name as well. I always enjoy the names you give your animals.
So I told her, I said, she came out. I said, I have kind of a name for her, and she's out of, Tough Trish, and her sire was Double Barrel, and we named her Trailer Park Trish, and it helped her go along with her theme. They do a lot for those senior cell heifers that, they build signs for them and everything, and if you really need to see some of the stuff that she's done at her signs to go with that heifer. She has quite the reputation. So
that's fun. Well, let's talk about the next special lot, which is let's do lot 1. The pick of a calf from Kurt Twining.
So Kurt Twining has a beautiful blue cow that's in her mid-90s, Lonesome River. He has flushed her, and he has some embryo heifers that are on the way. And he's going to bring the cow and let people see these cows. And when that heifer is born, they will get the chance to pick either a BR Real Deal, who just measured 102 inches, out of her, or they will be able to pick a Mr. Big Stuff. And Mr. Big Stuff, we all know him up at RTG, what he's done, the amount of money that his daughters have sold for. And it could be, they're not selling semen on him anymore. It could be the only chance you get to get a Big Stuff heifer.
Well, and speaking of semen, we'll jump back to lot 1A and talk about the Real Deal semen.
So last year, the partners decided that we weren't going to sell any semen. And now we went back and we said, he's so good. We love the calves so much. We're going to offer 5 straws in the Texas Treasure. And this will be their opportunity to get their hands on some of this semen from a 102-inch bull that's young. He has a 108-inch dam. It is consistent in his pedigree. He's throwing it out of the park with the horn that he's putting on the calves. I mean, I sold one back at the Fall Classic in October. She topped the sale at 5 months old. We know what these genetics are doing, and we want some other people to get to utilize them. And this will be their chance to get that semen.
Perfect. The other unique lot in the sale is a choice lot, which is lot 52 from Ramsey Longhorns. Yep. What do you know about that lot?
So, Christy Thornton and Jared Ramsey, great people. And they used Dun Wildfire at their home right before I had purchased the bull. And Dun Wildfire is He's out of, Dunlucky Penny, $195,000 cow. And she is measuring 113 inches now. There's not many good herd sires with a body like him that is out there that is, out of 113-inch cow. The genetics are there and they're valuable. They have picked two amazing heifers out of two great cows. The heifers look great. They have horn that's going backwards. They're selling them in the same lot, 52. You can pick which one you want. Whoever highest bid, you also have the right to take both of them for the same money, or they can sell the second one.
Very nice. And then you also have 4 bull lots in the sale. Let's talk about the very first one, which is lot 20 from Glendenning Farms, GF Buckingham.
GF Buckingham. So that is... that bull has a special place in my heart. He is out of R2 Lady in Red. R2 Longhorns was my first ranch name as a kid. And I raised that cow. And when Cherise told me that she had a great bull calf out of her, that she was willing to put in the sale, I think she kind of regrets it a little bit now, because Buckingham he's flashy. He has the color of his mama. She's that mid 90-inch cow with just brittle specks all over. He looks the same. And to top it all off, he's out of the Buckwim. And Buckwim is becoming one of my favorite bulls in the industry. He's big. He has great horn. He's putting bodies on calves that the industry has not seen in a long time. It's really doing a great job in the Glendenning herd. And I think that is going to be an excellent purchase for anybody looking to add body size and color.
Let's talk about the next bull, which is lot 30 from Buxton Longhorns, Bucks Bob.
Bucks Bob is another great one. Tom and Amy, they put a heck of a female in last year. They wanted to give us something great this year. They're great sponsors. They're behind us. They bought B.R. Cracklin Rose 2 years ago at the Legacy sale. Kathy Hawk and I had her in there. We sold her to them, and she happened to be bred to Formula Tire. Well, this is the calf that she had right when they got home. And Tom called. He said, "You want this bull in there?" He said, "Has a Formula Tire son been sold before a public auction?" I said, "No." He goes, "That's the one we need to do then." His mom looks great. She's knocking it out of the park for them. She's well over 90 now. She's still a young cow. She has a ton of horn. That female line, it's amazing. And we know what Formula Tire does, bringing in the Horseshoe J example 402. So this will be a chance to get a brother to Texaco.
All right. And the third bull in the sale is lot 40, JMW Ziggy from Wilson Longhorns.
That's the one I had mentioned earlier. He is such a pretty bull calf. He's colored up. He has a great body on him. He's been conditioned well. He's been handled. He's super gentle. And he is an onset of drag iron. There is not many drag iron sons that are being offered to date. That is all AI. They've done a bunch of AI work to some great cows, and they're really showing what they're doing this year with their program. And I think that's going to be a good one to watch. There's not many drag iron sons out there still breeding.
And the last bull in the sale is lot 50 from M7 Longhorns, M7 Big Chill.
M7 Big Chill, he is, Wayne Manning does an amazing job raising bulls, conditioning bulls, showing in the fraternities. Him and Joanna always show up for the events as well, putting something good in that they're proud of. I think this is another one of those animals that if someone's looking for the frost, they're looking for the color, they're looking to get those colorful calves to put in the fraternities to get the bodies. You've got the ultimate bull, Cactus Jack, as the sire. The dam is a mix of Captain Cernan, which came from this herd many years ago. Captain Cernan was a son out of the clod of Shadow Jubilee, and it's combined with Tempter. So that Shadow Jubilee Tempter mix always had a lot of twist and a lot of body. And I think that this bull could be the outcross that someone is looking for with those bloodlines to add twist and color to their pedigrees.
Well, I know we've already talked about quite a few of the lots in this sale, but are you ready for a round of catalog roulette?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's go back up to the beginning of the sale, and we'll start with lot 3 from Rockin' RD Chloe.
So RD Chloe, I mean, uh, Adam, when he sponsored, and him and Brandy, they said, we want to be big sponsors. We want to put 3 heifers in. And they said, you pick. And of course, she was one of the first ones I picked, but they didn't say no to any of them. And these heifers that they're consigning are absolute knockouts. That is one of the flashiest heifers. She's down at the ranch right now. Jesse is trimming her up today, getting her ready, making her look beautiful for the event. But she's as flashy as they come. She's a beautiful double barrel daughter. I love double barrel, and I think she's going to make someone a heck of a cow.
Next one we can talk about, we'll do lot 11 from Loomis Longhorns, BL Hip Hop Dancer.
So hip hop dancers are really special, and it means a lot to me for Bob to consign this female. And, Bob said she's the best heifer that he had on the place this year, hands down. She is a maternal sister to Cool Hand Luke. Before he was 3 years old, we sold 100,000 in semen on him. That bull is just very special. He has won many championships. He's now owned by Sam Byler, Patrick Kingler, Wayne Manning, and Tom Buxton. Bob and I sold out our partnerships on that. But this heifer is top notch. She will change a program. She's a true foundation female. She is definitely one that someone's going to want to put in their program.
All right. The next one we'll stop at is lot 13 from RTG Longhorns, RTG Cheers of Distinction.
So Cheers of Distinction. She's out of that beautiful bull bred cow. Cheers to Christy. And Ann and I traveled up to visit RTG, and this little heifer was not very old. And I said, that's the one I need for the treasure sale. They said, no way. They said, we're not going to sell that heifer. Well, time went on, and they said, we want to bring something great. We want to be a part of the sale. And if you've never seen Cheers to Christy in person, that is one of the prettiest lateral horn females on her way to 100 inches. Perfect udder. And this little heifer out of her is as flashy as can be. Huge body, great color. Probably going to be just like Mama. And she's definitely going to be one that people are proud of to take home.
Bolin Longhorns is the next one we'll talk about, which is lot 16, Gem Dust.
So Gem Dust, a beautiful black and white female. Cindy Bolin, for years, she has put the best bodies on the heifers that you could possibly see. The bodies, the conformation, the horn, everything has been right there. I mean, she did an excellent job with 50-50. He's leading the industry. And I think this heifer is no different than what the rest of the heifers she raises in her program turn out to be. This heifer is out of the Dark Dust Bull that's owned with Kurt Twining and Austin Rohr and Patrick Kingler. That bull is well over 95 inches now, I believe. And he's just a baby, black and white. That's huge. This is a chance to get one of the oldest heifers out of one of the fastest growing black bulls in the industry. And, you can guarantee that it's going to turn out a good cow because that's what Cindy does.
This next one you should know pretty well is lot 24, offered by New Age Cattle Company, NACC Awesome Example.
I don't know her. No. So her mother is Final Example. That is the last daughter that was ever born out of Horseshoe J Example 402, the mother of Formula Tire and Concealed Weapon. Her sister sold in the stockyard sale last year for $20,000. She's now at Blue Duck Farm. And this heifer is sired by none other than Cowboy Reb. Cowboy Reb is out of the great Awesome Reb cow. And I think that this breeding cross is going to be a really, really powerful genetic foundation for someone. When you mix Awesome Reb with a direct daughter out of 402, it doesn't get any better. The body's on this heifer. She's getting more brittle every day. She's quiet as a mouse. She's going to be a good one.
So next we'll stop on another sale host, lot 28 from LM Longhorns, LM Deep Purple.
So for the past few months, I'm bugging Mike. I'm like, what heifer are you going to put in? What heifer are you going to put in? And he's sending me pictures of all the ones that he's loving and the colors that they're putting on them. And he sends this heifer. He's like, what do you think of this when she's born? I was like, that's the one. She needs to be in the Texas Treasure Sale. Well, he kind of hesitates, but he wants it to do good. He always offers something great. And this heifer, she truly fits her name. She is purple and she has the coolest color on them. And that is exactly what her sire's doing. He has a bull up there that people are standing in line to partner on. His name is Tuco LM. He is an own son of Danica out of Hydro. He's absolutely beautiful. He's got that, Sunstar passes that all the way through, that frosty color on her calves through Hydro. He's carrying it. He's pushing it through. And then on the bottom side, you bring Danica back in on Harlequin and Danica's Violet. And then you throw in Texas Garland Gal. It's just a heck of a pedigree, double bred Danica. And you won't want to miss her. She's the coolest colored cow in the cell.
Next up, let's do lot 32 from LTJ Longhorns, Travis Johnson, LTJ Okie Panoki.
Can you say that name again?
No, go ahead, Randy.
So Okie Panoki, she is a beautiful heifer. She's colored up everywhere. She has lots of specks, lots of frost in her face. Travis wanted to bring something flashy, and he did it. Her mother is a 50-50 daughter. That bull has produced so much horn in the industry. He's leading the pack in female horn production. That 50 speckles daughter that Travis owns out of 50-50 is just outproducing herself. She goes back to that big, beautiful blue and white bull, lots of flair. That goes to flair lure, the over 100-inch speckled cow. So you got the genetics there to push the black horn and the color. I think she's going to do really great. She's out of Lightning in a Bottle. He's done a lot of good for the industry. Beautiful black bull there. And she'll be one to take home and raise you some black and whites.
Very nice. The next stop will be at lot 35 from Kurt Twining, Silver Drag.
Silver Drag. So this female is a full sister to Fast Stuff, $275,000 cow that sold at the Legends. She has some of the fastest orders growing in the industry. This is your opportunity. Kurt owned Fast Iron, the mother of Fast Stuff. He went and he got the Mr. Big Stuff semen. He duplicated those genetics. So now you're going to be able to put those genetics together in your herd, bringing in, Super Bowl with drag iron. That cross was amazing. If you look at some of the best cows in the industry, it worked every time. Fast Iron, the mother of this calf, she was no different. She came in big, beautiful body, lots of color. She's owned by North Ridge Ranch now. And then Mr. Big Stuff, he is, if you've never seen him in person, he's one of the biggest bulls out there. He's enormous. He adds the body. This is going to be a big, beautiful heifer. She's growing. She has perfect conformation. And I think she's going to do some bun really great. Dean Whitlock and them have had a lot of success off of her full sister.
HH Cattle and 3P Ranch are partners on this next lot, which is lot 39, 3P Shady Sue.
So Shady Sue is partnered with one of the partners in the cell, John Heaver and Chap Hutchinson. She is a 50 Shades Darker daughter. We all know what 50 Shades Darker has done for the industry. They sold one at the Glendenning sale last year. The Shigotas did over $50,000 black and white female. Absolutely beautiful. I just sold one a few days ago at the Legacy for $41,000. There is a lot of money that 50 Shades Darker has done. He's produced some of the biggest horn black and white females in the industry. When their horn takes off, it really goes. This one is beautiful. She's flashy. She's going to check all the boxes. And she's going to be a valuable cow as she develops for anyone's program.
The next one here I'll stop on is MBR Free Spirit from Montgomery Briggs, 43.
MBR Free Spirit, she is absolutely beautiful. She has that really dark burgundy frost, and she's getting this. So once again, you have Sunstar in the top of the pedigree. The Bull Maverick, is owned in partnership with myself and Montgomery Briggs. I seen those calves and I seen that bull, and I didn't know if he was burgundy or blue. And now that I've owned him with him, you watch him change throughout the times of the year. And his calves are doing the same thing. He's putting the blues, the dark maroons, the burgundies on them, the frost on them. They're absolutely gorgeous. He's out of Vindicator, which brings in Sunstar. Like I said, he's putting a lot of backwards twist and horns on them. The One of the best parts about this female, though, it's not only the strength of her sire's pedigree. She's out of Horseshoe J Memorable. She is out of a Jimmy Jones bred cow out of 50/50 and Horseshoe J Idea. There's a lot of twist. You got that touch of Butler in the genetics, but you've got the consistency with some of the pure genetics that you're not seeing as much anymore on both sides of this. This heifer has the body, the color, the horn. She's going to make somebody a real foundation female.
This next one that I stopped on here, we've already kind of talked about one of the bulls that this ranch has raised, HL Double Barrel. So let's go ahead and talk about the young heifer that they have in the sale from Hudson Longhorns, lot 45, HL Frosty Franny.
So Frosty Franny, beautiful color. Once again, we're going back to a bull that's out of Vindicator, goes to Sunstar. So you got those great genetics. But that bull is HL Higher Ground. We've seen how well he's done in the industry at all the sales. We see the twists in the daughters. We see what he's bringing in from Horseshoe J Important and Fancy Pants. And then you go down to the bottom side of this female, and it's all Hudson breeding. You have HL Lincoln that really produced for him out of inner. HL Amber's the dam of this female. But HL Amber is also the mother of Dixie Chick, and that's an over 100-inch cow. As a young female, you're going to get a female line that produces, it's guaranteed, out of one of the hottest bulls in the industry, that's producing the twist, the color. She's got it all. She could be your next 100-inch female because her mom's already producing those.
And this next one is always a tongue twister for me. Poe Folks Farm, lot 49, PF Joyful Moon.
So Joyful Moon, I remember when she was born, I called Rhonda Poe and I told her, I said, I really want this heifer from you for the treasure sale. And she goes, how did you find her? She doesn't have her listed under the heifers. She had just logged her, and I went to look at her mother and I found her. And this heifer, she's black and white. She's beautiful. Her mother is now with 102 inches, I believe, 3P Overjoy. And her sire's Iron Sniper. You are going to get a daughter of a 100-inch cow that brings in Sniper, which we've seen how well his granddaughter did out of the daughter of Sniper at the Legacy last week. It's going to bring in Iron On, which is drag iron super mileage. You got Super Bowl crossed with drag iron again that's producing those flashy colors, 50/50. And then on the bottom, you have the mother that is out of Over the Top. Over the Top was an own daughter of JS Overdrive, which brought in Overland. That bull did so much for Nancy Dunn, for Jimmy Jones, and their pedigrees crossed with 50/50. And this is your chance. You're going to have a daughter out of a 102-inch cow that's black and white with top genetics in the industry.
Next up is lot 51 from 3J Texas Longhorns, 3J Sugar Maple.
3J Sugar Maple, she is as flashy as they come. She's big bodied. She's long. She has a ton of horn. She's going to make someone one heck of a female. And she's at that right age. You're going to take her and you're going to get a calf out of her real soon. But she's sired by a 50/50 son out of a cut and dried daughter. That, on the bottom side, it goes back to some cows, these Gruyere cows that Jeanette and Jeremy raised that they were so proud of, that really produced for them. That AI's Fury, she really gave them the world, and she's produced them so many pretty calves, and this just continues that bloodline. But I think 50/50 was the right cross on it, and she's an absolute knockout heifer.
Now we'll talk about one of Siller's consignments here, lot 53, SLL Uptown Girl.
So this heifer, I told Andrea, I said, you skipped out on me last year. I said, you didn't make it to the sale. She consigned. I said, but this year, you got to pay for it. You got to give me something good and you got to show up. So, she showed me some heifers, and this is the one. She's a Texaco daughter that everyone's loving these females right now. They've topped all the sales. They are just beautiful. They're getting tons of horn. This one's no different. This one comes in and she has a knockout body that's huge. She has laid back, twisted horns. She's going to bring in, the 100-inch 402, over 100-inch Tex Appeal. Then on the bottom, she's out of a 50-50 daughter. And this 50-50 daughter has produced some really nice females. This one is no different. I think she's what you see in person and you fall in love with. She's been at my house a few weeks, and it's good. It's hard to even imagine letting her go. So maybe she won't show up.
Okay, next we'll go to Dale Hunt's lot 65, DH Brindle Beauty.
So Brindle Beauty, Dale Hunt always does a heck of a job putting in beautiful heifers. This one is no different. She has all the color in the world. She's big. She's stout. She's a Butch Cassidy daughter, which brings in a strong maternal line. It has Rio Anna Van Horn. It has Texana Van Horn right in a row there. On the bottom side, you have a lot of Butler genetics. You have Farlep Check's daughter and then she is out of an unlimited VJ Tommy daughter. And that cross, it works. If you want twist, adding those bloodlines together is how you get it in your herd and how you keep it in color. And, she's probably the strongest influence Butler female to some of the best Butler animals that were ever in the breed on the bottom side. And I think people are going to get some great outcrosses with this female.
And the last one we'll stop on for this year is lot 69 from Double K Longhorns, DLBK Flying Leap.
So Flying Leap is an absolute knockout. She's got great brittle color. The only way to get these wheels up genetics is to buy a heifer. And Kathy's offered some. I bought one, tricked me twice. This one's no different than that. I mean, you bring wheels up in, you got the Giant Dragon Smile, the Dragon Iron Daughter. You got Cowboy Tough Checks. On the bottom side with this one, you're adding a dose of Tempter with Leap of Faith. You got the beautiful Tempting Faith in there and Pioneer. You've got some really strong genetics here. Kathy doesn't have any culls on her ranch. She brings the best, she raises the best, and she is going to guarantee them every time. And she has a very, very consistent herd, and you will get consistent genetics out of these.
Well, that wraps up Catalog Roulette and the Saturday sale. When should people have their animals loaded out on Sunday?
So on Sunday, it's going to be up to them. We'll start loading Saturday after the sale. We encourage you to stay, enjoy Fredericksburg, and not drive unless you have a hauler or whatever you're going to do. But if you decide to leave out on Sunday, if people get out of there by noon, 1 o'clock, that's fine. We would say before noon, but if something comes up, please let us know. But we're not going to be pushing everybody out as fast as we can. So take your time on Sunday morning. Just be respectful of the guys that are still there working and waiting on you. So,
is there anything that we have not already talked about that you want to mention?
I think we covered it all. I mean, just be safe. Be safe traveling there. If you need anything, all the numbers are online for us. Please reach out. And we look forward to seeing everyone there. If you can't make it, please log in. I will say this to close it off. The catalogs, where we had them printed, it was right in the middle of the blizzard that went through up north. They are out. They will be in your boxes. The ad catalogs and everything, they will be in your bags when you get there. For those that are coming. And then we will also put the treasure chest ad catalog online for those that aren't coming to get it. But you should see those in your mailboxes soon.
Well, thanks for joining us, Randy. We can't wait to see you and everyone else at the Texas Treasure Sale. Make sure to check out the consignments ahead of sale day and follow us for more updates. Until next time.
Thank you, Jamie.